Judge Christina Peterson, who you just saw there, she's not losing her job due to the felony charges she faces after allegedly hitting a police officer.
All right, y'all know what it is. It's up, and we got to get right into it. Your favorite cousin checking in, Young Jock. What up, Miss Shanika? What up, Shouted? Yeah. We are Young Jock in the Streets morning. Take over this morning, man. We got a special situation because we're talking about it. It's national news now, all over headlines. We're sitting here this morning with Judge Christina Peterson. I don't know if you've seen the situation, but it's been alleged that she attacked the Atlanta police officer and has been charged with it. Also, you know, she'll definitely be able to give her recount of what took place. Accompanying her is the victim in the situation as well, Alexandria Lowe. I guess I could say everyone in the situation is a victim at this point, but I want to get right into it. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good morning. Very well.
All right, so we've been seeing it all over the news. You've been charged with, I would say, attacking a police officer. If you could, so we don't have to narrate it. You guys just want to tell us what actually took place this night.
All right. Would you like to start, Miss Love?
Yes. So about 2:58, I got a text message from a friend that he was at the food truck and come order some food. I then proceeded to step out of Red Martini, go to the food truck and order food. There was a lady on the right of me and a tall guy behind me. And as I told my friend what I wanted to eat, the lady proceeds to say to me that I cut the line. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not trying to cut the line. I'm just trying to order my food. My friend is up here at the front of the line, and I'm about to get out the way. She's like, well, you bumped me also. So I apologized. I said, well, I don't believe I bumped you, but if I bumped you, I apologize for that. She proceeded to say, we been here waiting. The guys behind me saying, yeah, we been here waiting, calling me out my name, BITCHs. And that's when I turn around and I look at him because I'm appalled. Like, are you serious right now? I ain't said nothing to you, and I'm being called out my name. So the girl, she's like, don't look at him. Don't talk to him. It's between me and you. And I'm like, actually, there's nothing going on between me and you because I just apologized. And at this point, I'm done talking to y'all. And I shut up. By this time, the lady, she keeps going on with the conversation with the guy. She's saying, oh, BITCHs think that they're pretty and they're going to continue to get pretty privileges. And the guy's agreeing with her, calling me calling me whores and BITCHs. And so I'm like, okay, at this point, I feel like my life is being threatened. So I do a whole 360 and turn around and face both of them. And I proceed to say, I just apologized to you. Why are you carrying on this conversation? I look at him. I said, and you as a grown man, why are you trying to provoke me as a woman, calling me out my name? And I ain't said 3 words to you. I ain't said nothing to you. So this is when it started getting more rowdy. Because at this point, she's going off and I'm like, y'all are crazy. I'm just telling them about themselves. He then steps in front of her as she take her shoes off, trying to come to me. I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. And he jumps in front of her and he pushes me. It wasn't a light push. It was a tackle. Like I was being tackled. That's why my elbows are scratched up. My thumb, I forgot my brace when I got out the shower because I was rushing. My thumb is messed up. I keep getting spasms through my wrist. I had a black eye.
You still got it. I'm sorry.
Kind of.
I'm sorry.
I kind of still have a black eye. Yeah. He proceeded to push me down. I get up. I start taking off my heels because my heels are wrapped around my ankles at this point. The man is literally standing in my face in the video. Standing in my face, yelling at me, end it, because that's in the car right now. In the trunk. Talking about killing me. So I proceed to walk to the left of him out his face, and he follows me. And that's when he threw a punch, and I jumped back, and I got in my stance. Like, my dad ain't taught me how to stand.
Okay, so let's fast forward it, because, you know, it's a lot of theater of the mind. You're trying to figure out, where did you come into this conflict? How did you come into this conflict?
I don't know Miss Love, and I didn't know her during this incident or before. I'm just standing out in line trying to get, a little processed hot dog, that I didn't need at that time. But I come up, well, actually, I didn't hear any of whatever confrontation she is describing. I was just standing in line waiting on food, and it was a long line. It was taking quite some time, but I just saw a man rush past me punching on a woman. That's all I saw. And at that point when I saw it, just automatically I went into, okay, let me try to, I just didn't see anybody helping or trying to stop it. So I just went into okay, let me try to stop. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't punch him. I can't hit him. Let me try to see if I can pull him off. Because it was like he was pursuing her. he was walking, she was walking backwards and he was walking forwards, punching her.
Okay, so there's been some new video released after yesterday's update about this judge. So what I want to do is I want to go over the video because it kind of gives us a very clear picture of what actually happened and why the judge was arrested. So we're going to go right outside the club before the police arrive.
In the video, you can see commotion outside of the lounge. A man is seen punching a woman who identifies herself as Alexandria Love several times. You then see Judge Christina Peterson come into the frame.
Now, in this video, you can clearly see Judge Peterson jumping into the fray, trying to break up this fight between this man and this woman. So now the man and woman are separated and police now arrive at the scene. Now, when police arrive at the scene, you're going to see the woman who was attacked lunges at the man and police hold her back. And that's when Judge Christina Peterson jumps in and seemingly attacks the cops.
Here's a look at that body camera footage. Officers arrive at Red Martini on Peachtree Street, and there's already a commotion in progress. Peterson says she was...
So I'm freezing it right here because you can see this is a security officer and he's trying to hold back the woman who's actually already been assaulted by the guy. She's actually lunging at someone.
Trying to help a woman who was...
So as you can see, security now has their arms around her, removed her from the scene, and police now are going to interview her about what happened. And then watch what Christina Peterson does when police are trying to interview the victim.
Reportedly being attacked by an unnamed man. That's when Peterson comes up to the woman and those arriving officers.
Let her go! Let her go! Let her go!
That's a cop! Now, when you saw Peterson lunge and start swinging at the cop, the people in the background said, "That's a cop. That's a cop. That's a cop."
One of Peterson's charges includes simple battery against a police officer, but from the view of the footage provided, it's not clear right now if she hit an officer or not.
Now, obviously, Peterson is drunk out of her mind, but I have a hypothesis. I think Peterson actually thought the cop was the earlier aggressor, and the reason why I think that is because Peterson's going to directly accuse the cop of hitting the woman earlier.
All I have to do is put your name and date of birth on here so you can get booked in.
You a liar. You're a liar.
I'm telling you what I'm telling you.
Accusing me of, and you're a liar. You beat that to the ground and you hit me to the ground.
You have the wrong person.
Yes, that was you.
No, you're drunk. And
I don't even drink like that, you weirdo.
And that's why you're acting like this.
Are you going to give us the information so you can stay here, or you get back in the car?
Are you going to let me die in the car with this?
So what I tried to do once they walked past me was pull on his shirt to pull him, like to try to slow his stride so she could get away. But after I don't know what happened in that mix, then a guy just took her, and I'm like, so this guy, I knew he wasn't trying to help her. Why do you have your hands on her? So I was like, I just seen the trauma she had just gone through in the attack. So I just walked up and tried to tell the man, whoever that man was, get your hands off of her. It wasn't an officer. It was a man. I don't know if he was security. Because the Red Martini security has on red shirts. He had on black, like the dude who was attacking her. So I was like, get your hands off. I don't know who you are. Just get your hands off her. And he never let her go. So I'm just keep telling her, I'm trying to grab for her arm, get your hands off her. And then I guess it's the officer now, but my focus was on her at the time. But I guess he's trying to grab at my arm. And finally I say, stop touching me. And then I just get knocked out. That's what it was.
Okay, so let me break this down based on the evidence that we've seen. Judge Peterson did try to intervene in a fight between a man and a woman outside the club. Now, when the police arrived, it's not clear if Judge Peterson recognized that they were actually police officers. Now, this is what I think the key question is going to be, whether Judge Peterson recognized these were officers. Because if she recognized these were officers, then her conduct of telling the officers to don't touch the woman and pushing them away and getting physical with them is totally inappropriate, and she would have known that as a judge. And then if Judge Peterson didn't know they were officers, then I think Judge Peterson could make the argument that this is a defense of others.
And then after that, I get cuffs put on me. And then at that time, people tell the officer that's a judge. And once I get to the car, then the officer alleges that I punched him. So I was arrested at that time he said it was disorderly conduct. 7 to 8 hours later, when I was finally taken to the jail, I was told I'm arrested for felony obstruction and battery on an officer. Originally, when I was arrested, I was told I punched an officer in the head. Now it's alleged that I pushed him. So that's where we're at.
To the I-Team now, a controversial Douglas County judge who once put a bride behind bars found herself in jail earlier today. Probate court judge Christina Peterson was booked into the Fulton County Jail charged with felony obstruction and simple battery of a police officer.
Last year, the State Judicial Qualifications Commission recommended Peterson be booted from the bench, and then voters did that themselves in a Democratic primary. She's been the subject of several investigations by the Fox 5 I-Team over the past 4 years.
And this morning, reporter Johnny Edwards found out that she's now accused of punching a police officer.
Now, how does this play out? Because now, as I'm reading headlines and things like that, I'm saying former judge, you lose your job behind this.
Yes, I did. And it's not just, I didn't just lose my job behind this. I've lost my job over, it's been attacks gradually. It's not just been this. This has been it's been a systemic plot to get rid of. I don't know if you're familiar with Douglas County, Georgia.
I am.
Okay.
I live there. I've been on probation there. I did everything there. I had to defend myself. I've worked with the kids in the community there, so I'm very familiar with Douglas County and the politics.
I just gotta add this just to back up what you're saying.
Okay.
And you know, this has just been a transparent moment. You know, you and I spoke in 2022.
Okay.
About this, and we were having a conversation. We were doing an event,
yes,
a give back event with the kids and whatnot. And in the midst of that event, you said, you know what, somebody needs to highlight the way these officials are being attacked. These black officials are being attacked. You told me this in 2022.
I did.
And when I looked at you, I saw everything from as great as that moment we were having. You looked deep into my eyes and you said, this is a very serious issue, and someone needs to address it because it's being smoothed over and people are overlooking it. And so to see you here today with this type of situation, you know, my heart goes out to you because, you know, I watched the video. A lot of people have definitely had some negative things to say. No, you know, they weren't there. And you're getting a lot of backlash because some people, you know, when you get a title, people don't necessarily think that you're human.
Right.
You're only that title. And in that moment, you know, it was a confrontation, altercation. You got involved. You got knocked out. This young lady, she's got bruises all over. You got bruises. You actually have one of the witnesses here with you as well, the main witness who's been advocating for justice for this situation, who everyone seems to be overlooking. Because it's like, there's a witness, but you still got these charges.
Okay.
Because I did see the video.
Yes.
I've been following the story. I actually saw you on another video, I guess when it was the lady was got 20 days for
2 days. That was the mispublication of that was the media. Okay.
It was on but my thing is, post you being arrested and the behavior that you displayed, do you think that that's becoming of someone who's sitting on the bench and who's supposed to represent justice and not cause dismay?
Judge Peterson still serving out the last year of her term, apparently having a night out at the Red Martini Restaurant and Lounge in Buckhead. According to an unofficial police report obtained by the Fox 5 I-Team, she, quote, appeared to be under the influence when she punched an Atlanta police officer in the head.
After I had an attorney, it would have went to my attorney.
Probate court judges don't normally land in the spotlight, but allegations of bad behavior by Douglas County Judge Christina Peterson just keep piling up. Last year, a state oversight panel accused her of, quote, systemic incompetence after a lengthy judicial misconduct investigation, recommending her removal from the bench. Among the accusations, hauling a bride from Thailand to court, then tossing her in jail because she tried to correct a marriage certificate.
Did you go to this hearing with any idea that you may be going to jail? No.
But now, Judge Peterson faces the criminal justice system herself after her felony arrest early Thursday on allegations of punching an Atlanta police officer in the head. The incident happened at this Buckhead nightclub in the early morning hours Thursday. According to a police report, the probate judge appeared to be, quote, under the influence. A preliminary police report obtained by the Fox 5 I-Team says an off-duty police officer working an extra job at Red Martini Restaurant and Lounge went to check out an altercation in the valet area, which didn't involve Peterson. There, the officer found a woman crying and tried to talk to her, and that's when things took a violent turn. According to an arrest warrant, the off-duty officer struck in the head by Christina Peterson. It's just the latest in a long line of controversy surrounding the judge, soundly defeated in her Democratic primary last month by Douglasville attorney Valerie Vai. At one point last year, the State Judicial Qualifications Commission had her facing 50 counts of violating the Judicial Code of Conduct, later reduced to just 20. The committee describing her as, quote, spiteful and vainglorious. Peterson, meanwhile, saying in a JQC hearing that the real tragedy is that she didn't get enough credit for making county history.
I'm the first African-American female and Democrat. Yes.
Any publications that you're aware of that ever acknowledged that fact?
I was never celebrated or congratulated.
Other accusations by the JQC? Threatening her homeowners association, making inappropriate social media posts promoting her part-time acting career, holding an after-hours wedding inside the courthouse without security screenings, and violating the rights of a Henry County mother by ordering her jailed for trying to amend her marriage license. That mother ordered jailed for 48 hours, then fined $500 for contempt. Before her arrest, Peterson had been expecting a decision this month from the Georgia Supreme Court on whether to remove her from office.
You can read the record, it's available. So I have good faith in the Supreme Court that they'll read the record and make an actual viable opinion.
Now, there's more to this story. Police documents say that after striking the officer, Judge Peterson wouldn't give her name, with officers fingerprinting her at the jail, but her name not coming back on file. The report says she told the officers to call a sergeant who told them she's a Douglas County judge. Johnny Edwards, Fox 5 News.
Well, I would say this. At the beginning of the day and at the end, I'm a human being, and I deserve justice, just as you do. I believe we're misunderstanding and mischaracterizing what we're looking at here. My rights were violated. So you're talking about someone who fights for your rights, and I protect you. I protected you as a lawyer. I protected you as a prosecutor. I protected you as a judge. Where's the protection for me? Where's the protection for women? Where's the protection for black women? So I'm saying when you're looking at the after effects, you're looking at, oh, she was using profanity, which is not becoming for sure. But let's address how I got unlawful force by an officer. I've never been punched out. I've never been hit, knocked down by an officer. I've never been lied on by an officer. So have you been lied on? Have your brothers been lied on? That gives you another type of feeling of infuriation, coupled with what I've had to endure all of these years, protecting you, protecting your rights, fighting for the rights of people. It's like, I can fight for you. I can stand on the front line to fight for you as an attorney and as a judge. I'm on the front line fighting for equal justice. But when something happens to me, y'all are like, that's not becoming. Like, the thing is, I shouldn't have to cuss. The people out there should have been fighting for me. They should have been advocating for me. So yeah, it's very frustrating, and it's not becoming. But in that moment, I was a woman that had been hit by a man. I'm not used to that. You see how frustrated and upset I was for her being attacked? I hadn't even been touched at that time. And I was saying, get your effing hands off of her. I hadn't been hit. But then after I've been hit, I'm very upset. So that's kind of where we were.
All right, let me ask this. So the guy, the attacker in the situation, I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about him at all. What is his current situation?
Really, I can't really go into details, but the warrants are out.
So he didn't get arrested?
No, they didn't
night?
do nothing. Nobody did anything. Everybody was running to the police car. I have footage of them running to the police car. That man just slung that woman. That man just pushed that woman. That man just beat that woman. That man, and guess what all they did? Oh, guess what they did? Took her, 5 cops, left.
The purpose was not for justice of the victim. The purpose at that moment was to take down a sitting judge. As I stated, it was a setup. As I have been talking about, it was a setup. You had 5 officers putting me in a car. Nobody spoke to this
Nobody
lady.
talked to me.
Nobody spoke. Nobody apprehended the man who attacked her. Once I was put in the car by 5 officers and drove off, they had to call the officers back to make a report.
Young Jock in the Streets morning take over. We are back. Miss Shanika and Shouter this morning was sitting in with Judge Christina Peterson, and she's accompanied by Marvin Arrington Jr.
Good morning,
Cardi. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
The great. Let's put that on there.
Shut up. Just come on. Just a minute. Shut up. I'm talking.
Just a minute. You're not talking to me.
Shut
You're
up.
not talking to me.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Make me.
I'm talking.
Make me.
I'm talking.
Make me.
It's my time.
Make
It's
me.
my time.
All right.
So apparently you're representing.
Yes,
Ms.
I'm representing Judge Peterson. I think this case, we're looking forward to her complete exoneration.
She did not do anything wrong. She was simply a good Samaritan trying to help a woman that was under attack. And so, we're just looking forward to her complete exoneration. We've seen the officer change the story. Initially, he said he was struck with a fist. Now they're stating that she pushed him twice and swiped his hands away. They say that they were there to investigate the fight, but they did not speak with any witness. You can see in the video, there are like 50 witnesses out there.
Right.
They didn't speak with the victim. They didn't speak with the assailant. They didn't detain the man. 5 police cars pulled up, and all 5 police cars drove away after Judge Peterson was arrested, to the point where the victim and her friends had to sit there, call the police back out to the scene
to file a report.
Hell,
That's disgusting.
and then the police report says that the victim was being escorted out of the club. Well, we know that everyone was already outside of the club. They were in line waiting for food. So the police report is completely inaccurate. And the original statement, the warrant, the affidavit warrant, the warrant that was made by the officer said that it was a closed fist and that the body cam footage would support that. That statement made to the judge was made under oath, under penalty of perjury. Well, I think that officer is going to have some explaining to do. We're going to move to quash that arrest warrant because it's inaccurate.
I like the way you just laid that out. You are a lawyer, and I'm sure you're an attorney and a judge. I've been through the legal system on both sides. And I've been trained to know how to act. Why wouldn't you think playing it in public opinion instead of remaining silent and fighting it in the court? What's that strategy?
Well, I mean, I think it's 2 battles, right? You got to fight on all fronts, right? You can't just fight on one front and give or retreat on the other one. So I think in this particularly, because she is a judge, that we have to also fight the public battle, the perception battle, right? And so there's more, as you stated, there's more going on than just this judge got arrested for hitting the cop. The judge wasn't even involved in the fight. She didn't know these people. She was a witness trying to help a lady. I guess they say, no good deed goes unpunished, right? And so the judge is there trying to do a good deed and gets punished and arrested. She's the only person that got arrested for, I don't know, I guess allegedly for disorderly conduct at first, but.
Ma'am.
Take me where you want to take me.
I can't take
no,
you. I don't
take
have any
me.
identification on
And
you.
I don't care. You don't need identification. You have locked people up, and you have picked up dead bodies when you don't know who bodies it was, but you picked them up. Take me where you need to take me.
I'm trying to.
No, take me where you need to take me immediately, expeditiously.
You have prevented
Take me. I could give a. Take me where you want to take me.
So how do you want me to take you somewhere expeditiously?
Now, take me where you want to take me.
Now striking an officer. So, it's just one of those things that you have to fight, another battle. We'll file all the appropriate paperwork to fight this in court. I've already reached out to District Attorney Fonnie Willis. She was a classmate of mine from Emory Law School. So I at least, can have a conversation with her.
Coming from each and every one of your districts, suspects that may get out of jail on September the 13th. Write it down.
In a fiery presentation Wednesday night, District Attorney Fonnie Willis told the Fulton Board of Commissioners September 13th is the deadline for when she must have 1,400 plus defendants indicted, or they can receive bonds and walk out of the Fulton County Jail.
She drank Grey Goose.
Don't do that.
Well, look,
all right.
She's a black woman. You're not going to be able to tell her what to do. Fonnie Willis going to do what she want to do. But I could at least sit down and have a real conversation with her about what happened, look at the video, and, assess how this case needs to be resolved.
And so was there any conversation with the police chief at all?
No, I haven't spoken with the police chief because, once the police have arrested her, it's now in the hands of Fulton County. She's charged with a felony. And so the district attorney's office will have to be the ones to indict the case or not indict the case. And so that is really where we are now. At least on the legal side.
Okay. So what happens now, like with your, with them, I guess, not having you as a judge anymore in Douglasville?
They've already, like I said, tapped whoever they want to be in that seat already. I believe, again, the attacks on me is because I was challenging her qualifications to be in that seat. A lot of her actions could probably get her felonies. And so I was exposing that, which is why I believe I became more of a target. But they already have that. I feel like I'm going to let them have what they need. I'm going to fight where I want it. I'm going to fight for the people who want my fight. So that's where I'll be. This won't be the last of me for sure.
Obviously, this wasn't good for the judge. She's now under felony charges for fighting at the club. She's got all of these complaints of ethics from her job as a probate judge. And the Supreme Court of Georgia had enough. And they came out with a decision on June 25th, 2024, removing Judge Christina Peterson from the bench.
And today, the Georgia Supreme Court removed a Douglas County judge arrested outside of a Buckhead lounge. We've been talking about this story all week. But Judge Christina Peterson, who you just saw there, she's not losing her job due to the felony charges she faces after allegedly hitting a police officer.
That's right, Faith. This is all in response to a number of ethics charges brought by the state commission that investigates claims of judicial misconduct.
In an 80-page decision, the Georgia Supreme Court laid out 28 counts of misconduct and 30 alleged violations for former Douglas County probate judge Christina Peterson. Those violations include improper conduct toward county officials and inappropriate use of court resources. Peterson's attorney said in part, quote, "I'm pleased that we were able to provide her with a vigorous defense in court, getting numerous counts dismissed and fighting off 2 motions for interim suspension, even though today we lost the ultimate battle."
Now, this removal is good for 7 years. So even if the judge is reelected to become a probate court judge, she still wouldn't be able to serve because the Supreme Court has said she can't serve as a judge for the next 7 years.
Hit that like for deal with Christian. Yo, for deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian. For deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian.